Hello everyone. I wouldn't have believed you if you had told me 10 years ago I would be standing here in front of you all today. So welcome to my presentation about how we build design system at Škoda Auto. The name of design system is Škoda Flow. You can say short version Flow. And I am going to talk about some introduction, history, how we collaborate, what's the difference between flow and material design. And in second part, we are going to take a look into our UI library. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Michal Mátl, and I work as an Android developer for Green Code. If you don't know Green Code, Green Code is a company owned by Škoda and Etnetera Group. We do a lot of interesting projects like My Škoda app, VR project, AI project, etc. I am part of my Škoda app team, and one of my responsibility is to work on MAL, which is acronym Mobile Application UI Library. And funny thing is that I didn't know before I started to work on my presentation why somebody chose MAL. I thought that maybe cool icon, or maybe somebody like Thor from Avengers, who knows. But acronym is even better. Okay, yeah, I know, weird. I tried to generate image that Android, iOS, and web doing design system, and on second image is Škoda design system. Well, you see the result. Let's move on. This is in our development README, and this is probably the most important rule for MAL. And it means that MAL should implement everything how it was designed in Flow with same behavior. And what is actually Flow? If you would ask designer from Flow, you would get this kind of philosophical answer. But I ask myself, what is design system? For me, it's contract, it's agreement. We all agree, we use same components, foundation, but you can also say that this set of components, foundation icons, and guide how to compose UI. Let's continue with big picture. How does the design system help us? It's the key to consistency. This is probably the most important point here. Without consistency, our users are confused, sometimes lost. They don't know what to expect from our app. And it accelerates development. I remember one large project when we added new brand, and it took like 50 days to do it. Horrible, everything was in layouts, so we just moved everything from layouts and moved to the styles. And in second round, it took like 20 days. Not so bad, like 50 days, but not so great. So we decided to implement design system, and then we were able to do it like in 1 to 3 days, dependent on brand difficulty. And thanks to design system, we have fewer UI bugs, and it's centralized place where we can fix and improve components. This is also important point. It seems to be obvious, but I saw on some project that designers take one component from one screen and take it to another screen, so you lost your origin. So be careful. And what about disadvantages? It takes time to learn. You might say, hey, Michal, it's not disadvantage. You are right. No argue with you, but it's something that you should be aware of. Especially at the beginning, you might feel frustration because it's back and forth with design. You have to look into code all the times. I do, even after 1 year. I don't remember everything. And I told you about the large project where we implement design system, and it took like several months to do it. And at that time, we had strong business case, so we could justify this amount of time. You can do it gradually, but it's not ideal because you have to maintain two ways how to style your app. But it's also option. You can start with colors. You can implement some components, etc. Let's back to Škoda Flow. It's multi-platform framework for Android, iOS, web, and infotainment. In Green Code, we are working on all platform except infotainment. It's developed by Škoda. It's publicly available. You can scan QR code and you can read about all platform. You can read about the components and their usage, what to do, what to not do. And it's written same way as material design. And Flow has won 2 awards. Recently, Design Gold Award, and it's inspired by material design, but as you are going to see, it evolved in time. A little bit history. After brand foundation and migration from Sketch to Figma, our work on UI libraries has started in 2021. And what is here important, design culture. Škoda has really strong design culture. The Flow team, they do onboarding for new people, they educate people, they protect brand, they do review for product teams, and not only for product teams, they also work with partners. They spend a lot of time with entities, so they really protect the brand. Next. This is before and after applying design system on web. Nice update. This is before and after for mobile. Nice upgrade. I can imagine that we had the design before. And this is infotainment. As you can see, Flow unites all platforms, but you might see some differences between them, and it has a reason for it. You don't use desktop and phone same way, and it's true also for infotainment, which has to factor additional differences like ergonomics, contrast ratio, different physical construction. But the main goal is to have same user experience across platforms. For example, now we unite all icons. I know, maybe a little thing, but synchronize all platform is kind of challenging. So for us, it's really a big thing. And how do we collaborate? The Flow team provides design and libraries, and they provide feedback and review to product teams. Product teams, they consume everything from Flow team, and they ask new assets and provide feedback back. So this is how the design system evolves. It's never done, and it shouldn't be. And how do we collaborate on development level? When somebody ask for new change and it doesn't influence design and behavior of components, of course, we will do it if it boosts development. But when it's something that influences the design and behavior, then we have discussion whether it will be only on project level, whether we will put it to the UI libraries, etc. Now we are getting into the part where I would like to show you the difference between Flow and Material Design 2 and 3. It seems to be similar, but it's close to Material Design 2, but we add some new styles and some we rename it, so now it's different. This is our color system. It's different from material design 2 and 3. And it doesn't match them, so we don't try to match material design, but we override material design 3 team, and I will get back later why. This is color system from material design 2, from 3, and components. I selected few components that you can compare in against the material design. Now you see switch. It's custom component in code. It doesn't match material design 2. You maybe material design 3. I tried to convince material design 3 components, but I failed. It remains custom for now. Recently, we added compose version of time picker, and we try to recolor it. We passed the list of colors, and you can recolor it everything except 2 things: column and horizontal line. Who knows why? Google, if you hear me, please fix it. And this is the reason why we override material design theme. And when Google fix it, then we will remove it. Radio buttons, it looks same. Material design 2 and 3. In code, it's material design 2 for us. Text fields, we don't use outline version, and we take just material design 2 and we tweak it a little bit. We added a character limiter and character counter. Components buttons, we use material design 3. It's close to that. We don't match material design 2. Tabs, material design 2, we use in code. Probably we could take material design 3. Slider, we restyled material design 2, and we enhance a bit. We just added the label. You can, when you move with slider, then you see the value. List items. This is probably the most complex component in our UI library. It combines a lot of other components, and you see just the selection. We have many more variants. And those components are only for flow, banner, badge, label, etc. And now we are getting into part with mol. It's 2.5 years old library, mostly written in Compose. We have like old library with XMLs, but now it's not maintained, and I'm not sure if it's used somewhere. And it's used in 5 projects. We support dark light mode, contains all icons library. We don't allow override styles, colors, dimensions, etc. because it's just for Škoda brand. So mol is simple because of that. And we have 4 modules: demo, lib, legacy, and screenshot tests. And I will explain them later, all of them. And how to use mol in products. We have agreement that we don't use material design components directly. Mol should wrap it, and we add the prefix, for example, mol toolbar, and we use only theme, typography, colors, dimensions only from mol, and icons are provided by mol, but also you can be specific in project. And mol is quite simple library, and we don't try to put everything there, only what makes sense for other projects. And on product level, of course, we have some components, but it's just only for project needs. Okay, Module lib, the structure, it's simple. We have components, package, foundation, screenshots. Screenshots, probably it's the simplest one. There is just preview for screenshot test. I will get back later. So let's take a look to foundation. It contains dimensions, colors, typography, elevation, and theme. And how do we create a theme? We use composition local provider and static composition local auth method for passing data through a compose tree. And I give you example. We would like to access some dimension in some compose function. So we have here class small dimensions with dimensions inside, and we have object mol theme with value dimensions. We introduce value local mol dimensions, and it calls static composition local auth with instance of mol dimensions, and it creates the composition local, and we have to put it to composition local provider, which provides our dimensions through the tree. We are almost there. Then we have to the function mol theme. We called our provide method for dimensions, and then you have to put mol theme to the root of your compose function, and then you are able to call statically mol dimensions. This is not something new. Material design use that under the hood. Okay, module lib components. It's a flat structure, but I think it deserves some sub-packages because we have sometimes components are big, especially buttons, text field, and list item. And we have two types of components written from scratch and wrapped components. We wrap components from those libraries, from Material Design 3 and 2 and Foundation. Okay, those are examples of wrapped and custom components. Wrapped, for example, mol toolbar, we wrap top up bar, we set some default styles usually, and when we need some features, we enhance them. And custom components, this is the just simple one, just a box with a background, and we recolor it based on type. Okay, module demo. Every components and foundation have a separate screen in demo app with all states, and we share with the designer, or it's useful for developer as well. You can see examples of our demo screens, colors, dimensions, chips, and text fields. Now, module screenshot tests. Our components are guarded by screenshot tests. They work without need of emulator, and they are pretty quick. What you need is those libraries, Showcase, parameter injector from Google, and Paparazzi from AppCache. And how it works. First, you have to create a baseline for your screenshot test. So you have to call record paparazzi, and then you call, when you would like to verify, then you call just verify. We have 100% of screenshot test coverage. It's checked by our CI. When you change something and it influences the design, then you will see this message, hey, you have to deal with it. You can merge it, or you can resolve it. And I recommend a presentation from David. he had presentation about screenshot tests, so I recommend to watch it. Those are examples of screenshot tests, how they look like. They are in some folder in project. Okay, module legacy, it contains theme, typography, colors, define it in XMLs. They are used in some components or in some places where we are not able to use Compose version, and the goal is to delete it someday. And good news, Mol is public for Android and iOS. You can try it. And it's so fresh that I don't have link to proper documentation. Sorry about that. We have released last Friday, but we prepared for you at least some little guide in Git, so you can scan it, you can include it to your project, and we plan to open source it. Okay, Flow makes our work easier, but what is more important, we do better products thanks to design system. And our users have consistent experience across the platform. And I have shared our journey with design system, and I believe that many of you are working on your design system. And it could be interesting to hear it, so you can catch me around and we can have a talk. And HR window, you can scan QR code. Still, we are looking for talented people, so you can check. And what to say at the end, consistency is a key for a happy user, and design system is the right tool. Thank you.
Thank you, Michal, for a great talk. And now let's go into questions. Can we see Slido, please? So first question is, why do you plan to open source Maul?
We plan it because, of course, we would like to hear your feedback, but it's also be useful for partners. It will be easier for us when they can look to the code, how to use it. It will be for us for better integrations. We can use it on our workshop. We have recently one. Okay.
Okay. So do you have any issues with combining both Material 2 and Material 3?
Not right now, but we are thinking to explore whether we can migrate it to Material Design 3. What we do is that we don't use Material Design theme, so it's not problem for us. We usually wrap components. We just take it, and all those components they have options to restyle it via color list and put it correct styles. So right now it's not issue, but we plan to migrate it only to Material Design 3 if possible.
Okay. Do you support dynamic font size?
Well, right now, no.
Are you versioning the Maul or simply using the latest version?
Okay. We use, of course, we use versions. I don't know, on iOS side, you use code, right? But you have also versions. Okay.
This is an interesting question. How do you convince the designers to follow the design system?
That's quite a tough question. Well, when I see that designers, they don't follow guide, and I say, hey, look, you have to do it. And they correct. They know that they should follow, and they have, as I said, they have review from Flow team. They are not able to catch everything. Like they don't control every if product teams, they put their correct styles and components. They don't have time for it, but they check as a whole. And it's on us. We have to educate, we have to consist to that designers should use what they should use.
Nice answer. Is design system same for iOS?
Yes, and also for web, and I'm not sure about infotainment because I haven't seen this yet.
Does your slides follow Flow design system?
No.
Fine. What does 100% test coverage mean? All components were initialized in unit tests, or do you recognize that all UI views are on screen?
We screenshot test how it works. We use previews for that, so we have to manually put the components to the preview, and then it's like printed from this preview. So if we those screenshot tests, you can configure on phone, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, we use Pixel 5 for it, and we do screenshot tests what will fit the screen, and if not, if the components has many states, then we have to create another preview for it.
Thank you. Does MAL also handle paddings and margins between UI elements?
We provide dimensions. So, for example, we have dimensions for edges. We provide dimensions for product teams. They can use it statically, as you have seen. But we don't provide the whole screen, so it's up to developer. You have to put it like dimensions M, S, XL, depends on the design.
Okay, and the last question is about like infotainment, not about design system. I don't know if you want to comment on that. Do you want?
Well, as I said, I don't know much about infotainment. It's developed by Škoda. And I don't know how it works with Apple Car. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, out of scope. Okay, so thanks, Michal, for all the answers, and thank you, the audience, for all the questions. There were many. That's great. And Michal will go to the speakers corner where you can ask him more questions. There is also a poll in Slido open now where you can rate his talk. And we are at the end at this hall. I have announcements that T-shirts are ready for pickup. If you ordered T-shirts, there are still some left. We also have some extra T-shirts you could buy if you haven't ordered it before. You can also buy some T-shirts. I would like to thank to our partners. Champion partner is Future. Master partners is ČSOB, Gen, and Megumethod. Partners are Circulum, Greencoat, and LiveSport. And product partners for the afterparty mostly is Bubonec Brewery, Lock, Touch Lab, Vinium, Carolinum, Yort, and Czech Games Editions. They will bring some board games to the afterparty. So the program will now continue in the forum hall. There you can enjoy a panel discussion called Future of Mobile with some really star speakers like Petr Mara. And afterwards there will be some really short lightning talks, mostly about some interesting hobbies of mobile developers. And the conference will end with a closing ceremony. We have some surprises still left. But that's not all. After the conference ends, there will be after party or two after parties, actually. So first after party will be in the foyer. There will be some beer, some wine, some light dinner. You can enjoy, and you can be there until 10 p.m. There will be also a pub quiz where you could test your nerdiness, how nerdy you are, and you can win some prizes. And in parallel of that, in the forum hall, there will be App Parade, which is a competition of local Czech apps. This event is in Czech language only. And when you have a mdevcamp badge, you can go there free of charge. So you don't need to pay for the ticket for App Parade. You can go there, go back how you want. And that's it. And the last thing is, please, after the event, fill back our feedback form. You will have it into your inboxes, or the URL is mdevcamp.eu/feedback. That's it from me, and thank you.